If you're hearing this message, RBTS Radio is currently experiencing broadcasting issues, and the emergency broadcasting backup loop has kicked in. As Percy and I work tirelessly to repair it, please enjoy the music and this automated backup of our regularly scheduled broadcasting day. Thank you, and keep it tuned to RBTS Radio.
Shout, sister, shout. Shout, sister, shout. Shout, sister, shout. Tell the whole world what it's all about.
Now listen, everybody, to the precious word. I'm gonna do some chirping, and I ain't no bird. That's a reason for living, a reason for dying, a darn good reason why a woman starts crying, a reason for a mole, a reason for a dimple, but there ain't no reason why a man's so simple.
Shout, sister, shout.
Yeah!
Shout, sister, shout.
I'm telling you.
Shout, sister, shout. Tell
Yeah!
the whole world what it's all about.
There's a way to be brilliant, a way to be a fool, a way to get to heaven, observe the golden rule, a way to get a sweetheart, a way to get a wife, but the day you quit me, brother, that's the way you lose your life.
Shout, sister, shout.
Yeah!
Shout, sister, shout.
Oh, boy!
Shout, sister, shout. Tell
Yeah!
the whole world what it's all about.
There's a reason for a mountain, a reason for a hill, a reason why a doctor gives a patient a pill, a reason to dance, a reason to sing, but there ain't no reason why a band can't swing.
I can understand the birds and I can understand the bees. Sister, I can even understand why a rat eats cheese.
I can understand my dog.
And I can understand your cat.
Well, fill me full of rhythm. Can you understand that?
I got you
Shout,
covered, sister.
sister, shout.
Hallelujah!
Shout, sister, shout.
Hallelujah!
Shout, sister, shout.
Hallelujah!
Tell the whole world what it's all about.
I'm gonna shout. I'm gonna shout. I'm gonna shout it out and tell the world what it's all about.
Fun fact, in 1796, soldiers in Greenbrier County, West Virginia, came across animal bones believed to belong to a very large lion. They sent the fossils to Thomas Jefferson, an amateur paleontologist and soon-to-be vice president, who concluded the remains were that of a giant sloth, which he called Great Claw, or Megalonyx. He presented a paper to the American Philosophical Society and, believing the animal could still be in existence, told the famous explorers Lewis and Clark to keep an eye out along their journey west. Scientists would eventually credit Jefferson with discovering the giant sloth, and even named the species after him, Megalonyx jeffersoni. In 2008, the skeleton became the official fossil of West Virginia. Do you have a pest problem? Mole rats in your mute root, scorched in your shorts, or even cave rats in your crawl space? If so, Ernest Pest Removal is here for you. Specializing in mole rat, rat, cave cricket, heartbreak, and scorch beast removal. Call Ernest today. Not responsible for collateral damage.
Rewound the clock since the Puritans got the shock when they landed on Plymouth Rock. If today any shock they should try to stem, instead of landing on Plymouth Rock would land on them. In olden days, a glimpse of stocking was looked on as something shocking, but now God knows anything goes. Good authors too, who once knew better words, now only use four-letter words, writing prose. Anything goes. If driving fast cars you like, if low bars you like, if old hymns you like, if bare limbs you like, if Mae West you like, or me undressed you like, why nobody will oppose. When every night the set and smart is intruding at nudist parties in studios, anything goes. When Mrs. Ned McLean, God bless her, can get Russian red siesta, then I suppose anything goes. When Rockefeller still can hoard enough money to let Max Gordon produce his show, anything goes. The world has gone mad today, and good's bad today, and black's white today, and day's night today, and that gent today you gave a cent today once had several chateaus. When folks who still can ride in jitneys find out Vanderbilts and Whitneys lack baby clothes, anything goes. When Sam Goldwyn can, with great conviction, instruct Anna Sten in diction, then Anna shows anything goes. When you hear that Lady Mendel standing up, now does a handspring landing up on her toes, anything goes. Just think of those shocks you got, and those knocks you got, and those blues you got from those news you got, and those pains you got in any brains you got from those little radios. So Mrs. R, with all her trimmings, can broadcast a bed from Simmons, 'cause Franklin knows anything goes.
Airlocks, fire the jets. I'll leave this earth with no regrets to find a place that ain't so square. I'm gonna dig the jazz they got up there. I'm gonna rock it to the moon. I'm gonna rock it to the moon. I'm gonna rock it to the moon. I'm gonna make a stop on cloud number 9. Baby, you know I'll be feeling fine, just as happy as I can be. Ain't gonna be nobody high as me. We're gonna rock it to the moon. We're gonna rock it to the moon. We're gonna rock it to the moon. bright. Baby, I'm gonna fly tonight. Stand well back and watch the show. I'm gonna press this button and away we go. We're gonna rock it to the moon. 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 We're gonna rock it to the moon.
Rock It to the Moon by Sheldon Allman. I guess you could say that one was really far out. That didn't work, did it? That was a horrible pun. Moving on, next song.
Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Make him the cutest that I've ever seen. Give him two lips like roses and clover. Then tell him that his lonesome nights are over. Sandman, I'm so alone. Don't have nobody to call my own. Please turn on your magic beam. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Make him the cutest that I've ever seen. Give him the word that I'm not a rover. Then tell him that his lonesome nights are over. Sandman, I'm so alone. Don't have nobody to call my own. Please turn on your magic beam. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Mr. Sandman,
Yes?
bring us a dream. Give him a pair of eyes with a come-hither gleam. Give him a lonely heart like Pagliacci, and lots of wavy hair like Liberace. Mr. Sandman, someone to hold would be so peachy before we're too old. So please turn on your magic beam. Mr. Sandman, bring us, please, 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 Mr. Sandman, bring us a dream.
Red Rocket. When you need to resupply and refuel, stop on by. Have you ever considered a brighter future underground? Do you perform well under stress? Do you possess management potential? Have you ever been asked these same questions and fallen victim to a multi-level marketing scheme for Miss Elliott's magical mountain mud? If you answered yes to any of these questions, Vault-Tec University is looking for you. Further your career and survive to tell about it. Vault-Tec University, a brighter future underground. Warning, a brighter future underground is not guaranteed. All applicants subject to screening. Liability waiver required. Not responsible for death, dismemberment, or psychological trauma.
Let's go sunning, it's so good for you. Let's go sunning, neath the sky of blue. Greet the sun every morn. Feel as free and happy as the day you were born. Let's go native, sun your cares away. Be creative, learn to live and play. Pretty flowers need the sun. This applies to everyone. Life's worth living when nature's giving happiness to everyone. So let's go sunning. Sun your cares away, be creative. Learn to live and play. Pretty flowers need the sun. This applies to everyone. Life's worth living when nature's giving happiness to everyone. So let's go sunning. Let's go sunning, it's so good for you. Let's go sunning, neath the sky of blue. Greet the sun every morn. Feel as free and happy as the day you were born. Let's go native, sun your cares away. Be creative, learn to live and play. Pretty flowers need the sun. This applies to everyone. Life's worth living when nature's giving happiness to everyone. So let's go sunning. Let's go native, sun your cares away. Be creative, learn to live and play. Pretty flowers need the sun. This applies to everyone. Life's worth living when nature's giving happiness to everyone. So let's go sunning.
Time for a little break. Let me paint a picture in your mind. In the 1950s, my grandfather worked at a radio station called WLOK in Memphis, Tennessee. He had a press pass that would let him into most venues around town. Every Saturday night, he and my grandmother would get ready to go out on the town. She would put on a nice dress, and he would wear a nice vest, and they'd go down to the Peabody Hotel. Saturday night was live music night, and up on the roof of the hotel, there would be a live band, a party, dancing. You could bring your own drinks, and they'd chill them for you. From 10 to midnight, a soiree up on the roof, looking down at the twinkling lights of the city. They'd go up there and dance the nights away in the cool fall air. What a scene. What a story. What a life. Despite its name, the New River, which the large suspension bridge that you can see south of Flatwoods bridging over, is actually one of the oldest rivers in the world, and flows south to north, opposite from most rivers, because it was formed before the mountain range itself. Who knew?
Now you want to do something to make me happy? Sing us a little song.
Oh, come on, Miss Jackson.
Sure. The one you sang the first time with June? Oh, you know the one I mean.
Slide again, about to take that ride again, starry-eyed again, taking a chance on love. I thought that cars were a frame-up that I never would try, but now I'm taking the game up, and the ace of hearts is high. Things are mending now. I see a rainbow blending now. We'll have our happy ending now, taking a chance on love. Here I slip again. I'm gonna take that tip again. Got my grip again, taking a chance on love. And now I prove again that I can make life move again. In the groove again, taking a chance on love. I'm walking round with a horseshoe, and in clover I lie. Why, Mr. Rabbit, of course you better kiss your foot goodbye. On the ball again, I'm riding for a fall again. I'm gonna give my all again, taking a chance on love. I'm feeling fine again, that's why I'll rise and shine again. Lost my mind again, taking a chance on love. Here's where I sink again, I'm getting in the pink again, headed for the brink again, taking a chance on love. This game I'm taking a crack at sure needs good luck with me, so I'm taking a whack at any black cat that I see. Boy, I'm hooked again. I'm in the swim and hooked again. This goose of mine is cooked again, taking a chance on love.
You've just heard Taking a Chance on Love by Ethel Waters. You know, whenever I'm having a bad day, I listen to this song. Even though it's okay to not be okay and have a bad day, sometimes it's nice to have a reminder that life isn't all bad. So, thank you, Miss Ethel Waters.
When John Henry was a little baby, no bigger than the palm of your hand, his mommy looked down at little Johnny and said, "My Johnny gonna be a steel driving man. Yes, Johnny gonna be a steel driving man." John Henry was a steel driving man, drove steel all over the land. Before I let the steam hammer get me down, I'm gonna die with my hammer in my hand. Die with my hammer in my hand. John Henry went to the tunnel to drive, steam hammer by his side. He beat the steam hammer to the top of the hill. He laid down his hammer and he cried, Lord. Laid down his hammer and he cried. John Henry had a loving little wife. Her name was Polly Ann. Johnny got sick and he had to go to bed. Polly drove steel like a man. Yes, Polly drove steel like a man. They buried John Henry in the graveyard. They laid him down in the sand. Every time a freight train come puffing by, they'd say, yonder lies a steel-driving man. Yonder lies a steel-driving man.
Cigarettes in an ashtray, my love and I in a small cafe. Then a stranger came along and everything went wrong. Now there's 3 cigarettes in the ashtray. I watched her take him from me, and his love is no longer my own. Now they are gone, and I watch one cigarette burn away. I watched her take him from me, and his love is no longer my own. Now they are gone, and I sit alone and watch one cigarette burn away.
3 Cigarettes in an Ashtray by the ever-wonderful Patsy Cline. Now, call me crazy, but I think you'll like this next one.
When I'm calling you, will you answer too? That means I offer my love to you, to be your own. If you refuse me, I will be blue and waiting all alone. But if when you hear my love call ringing clear, and I hear your answering echo so dear, then I will know belong to me. I'll belong to you. Belong to me, I'll belong to you.
Wild, wonderful, West Virginia. The White Spring Resort, located in the peaceful and scenic Allegheny Mountains, embodies the very qualities of elegance and entertainment. The 11,000-acre estate of the White Spring Resort is your little enclave of a lane filled with tranquility. When your vacation requires world-star class, won't you join us at the White Spring? Contrary to popular belief, I have been out of the vault. Once while scavenging, I even met a Mr. Handy. He said, "I used to be a vault dweller like you. Then I took an arrow to the thruster." I rebooted him. He's fine.
Taste the floor, stop and stare. I drink a cup of coffee and start to combing out my hair. I drink 40 cups of coffee, 40 cups of coffee, 40 cups of coffee waiting for you to come home. A quarter to 12, you're still not in. The way you run around is the doggone the sin. I drink 40 cups of coffee, 40 cups of coffee, 40 cups of coffee waiting for you to come home. A quarter to 3, I start watching the clock. The phone won't ring, so I'm waiting for your knock. I drink 40 cups of coffee, 40 cups of coffee, 40 cups of coffee waiting for you to come home. Try to be cool and smoke a cigarette and drink 40 cups of coffee, 40 cups of coffee, 40 cups of coffee waiting for you to come home. You knock on the door about a quarter to 5. I want to hug and kiss you and say I'm glad you're still alive. I drank 40 cups of coffee, 40 cups of coffee, 40 cups of coffee, but I'm glad you finally came home.
I know you belong to someone. me once more, just to dream in the moonlight. My honey, I know with the dawn that you will be gone, but tonight you belong to me. Way down along the stream, how very, very sweet it will seem once more, just to dream in the silvery moonlight. My honey, I know with the dawn that you will be gone, but tonight you belong to me, just a little lonely.
Story time. I may have mentioned before that my grandfather and grandmother both worked at the WLOK radio station before the war. What you might not know is how they first met. She came in, dressed for success, to attend a job interview, and he was an engineer. She impressed the boss, but didn't have the things she needed to be a secretary. So he pulled my grandfather Bill aside and said, "Take her downtown and get her what she needs." He wasn't happy. It was a cold start. However, much like a love story come to life, their initial dislike blossomed into a friendship and then love. They married and had a wonderful, if mischievous, boy. In fact, you could say that I'm here today because of radio. Truly a memory worth sharing, and a love story for the ages. Fun fact, Mother's Day was first observed as a holiday after its creation by Anna Jarvis at Andrews Church in Grafton, West Virginia on May 10th, 1908. It became a national holiday in 1914. After it became too commercialized, she would spend the rest of her life campaigning to have it removed from the calendar. So, perhaps this Mother's Day, if your mother's still around, or if you're going to leave flowers at a vault or glowing nuclear crater, perhaps just pick something simple. Yeah, maybe just something simple. Tippy Canoe and Tyler too. 9th President of the United States, William Henry Harrison, gave the longest inaugural address to date, clocking in at 1 hour and 45 minutes in November. Coincidentally, he was the shortest-term president America has ever had, and after only 1 month in office, succumbed to pneumonia. Life lesson, don't be long-winded. And with that in mind, let's return to the music, shall we?
How come Henry dear, said Mrs. Henry Brown, you always disappear when the evening sun goes down. You eat my meat and drink my chicken soup. Then I notice that you fly the coop. You can't pass through that door without your mama anymore. 'Cause mama goes where papa goes, or papa don't go out tonight. Mama goes 'cause mama knows you can't be trusted out of her sight. Mama's got a feeling that she must be near, just to help her papa keep his conscience clear. So mama goes where papa goes, or papa don't go out tonight. No, 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 papa don't go out tonight. slippers and your favorite pipe. Here's your yellow bathrobe with the purple stripe. You can go and step, but listen, Papa dear, there ain't a thing out there you can't get in here. I've had plenty of daddies, and you ain't the worst. But your mama here believes in safety first. Any married woman will admit I'm right. A husband in your home is worth a dozen out of your sight. Now, Mama goes where Papa goes. Oh, Papa don't go out tonight. Mama goes, but Mama knows you can't be trusted out of her sight. Don't believe the man who said that love was blind. Say I forget you hung for what is on your mind. So Mama goes where Papa goes. Or Papa don't go out tonight. Take your shoes off, honey. Papa don't go out tonight.
Mama Goes Where Papa Goes by Isabel Patricola. Up next, Whatever Percy Puts in the Holotape Deck. No, not that one. No, we banned that one. We are not having an FCC Sentry bot knock down the vault door and swarm the studio. Not again. You will explain that one to the overseer if it happens. Sure, that one's fine. Yes, okay. Go with that. Still live. Awesome. Back to the music. And now for From the Archives. I was browsing through the old Library of Congress archives, and today I learned that the Battle of Shiloh in 1862, many of the soldiers were found to have wounds glowing blue and were healing faster than others. They called it angel glow. 140 years later, two teenagers discovered the cause, a bioluminescent bacterium called Photoharbitus luminescens, which inhibits pathogens. If you see any glowing mushrooms in and about the wastes, if you're adventurous, I don't know, maybe rub them on your wounds? What's the worst that could happen? We're all probably going to die of radiation poisoning anyway, but, take one for the team. Be a scientist. And now, memories from West Virginia. The last surviving United States World War I veteran, Frank Buckles, lived on a farm near Charleston until his death in 2011 at 110 years old. Buckles had lied about his age when he enlisted as a 16-year-old and spent the duration of the war as an ambulance driver on the Western Front. When asked how it felt to be the last of nearly 5 million American soldiers who fought in the conflict, Buckles said, "I knew there'd be only one someday. I just didn't think it would be me." A grim reminder. Appalachia, if you don't listen to anything else I'm saying, please, the only way to rebuild this area, to rebuild this nation, is to work together. No more war. Please. And with that, back to the music. This next song is brought to you by Nuka-Cola. Have a taste. Have a Nuka.
I've got the oh-so, feeling 'cause my sweet is gone. I mean, I've got it bad. I've tried to make believe that I'm not sad, not a single soul to cheer me, and I'm so forlorn. ought to be sighing, should be crying for a little bit of sympathy. Lonesome me, I'm trying to make them believe everything is satisfying. Oh, nobody knows but my pillow and me. Nobody knows but my pillow and